In 2011, I was appointed pastor at Church of the Saviour for the second time. Not too many United Methodist pastors get to be reappointed to a church they've served before. I've always joked that I was reappointed because I didn't do the job right the first time. There's more truth in that I want to joke about, in that when I served the church the first time, I was married with kids and lived in the parsonage next door. When I returned the second time, more authentically as myself, still a dad proud of his kids and grandkids, but now an out gay man. Joining with the church, who had in recent years decided to be a reconciling congregation, we formed a partnership. And that partnership has grown and developed over the last few years as we've tried to figure out how do we best serve this community and how do we best create relationships with people that are around us. The Church of the Saviour has always been a welcoming place for people of divergent opinions and divergent interest. The building has been used by a variety of organizations. Currently, we have 3 or 4 different organizations that use our building. We have a church of immigrants from India, St. Thomas Martoma. They've been sharing our building for 10, 12 years, worshiping in our sanctuary on Sunday afternoons. We also have a variety of men's groups that meet here almost every day of the week as a part of the Mankind Project. And one of the things I was hoping to do as I returned to be pastor at Church of the Saviour is develop the relationships with these 2 particular organizations. And in that process, we have created a stronger relationship with St. Thomas Martoma. They have worshiped with us. They've invited me to preach and worship at their service. And we continue to find ways that we can interrelate these 2 churches with very different histories and very different forms of worship. They're out of the tradition of the Eastern Orthodox, the Syrian Orthodox Church, and yet we're able to share facilities and discover ways to create a broader Christian community. As we've continued our relationship with the Mankind Project, that relationship goes back to 1993, when a Jewish doctor who taught at the IU Med School called me up, made an appointment, and took me out to lunch and said, there's this organization called the Mankind Project, and we would like to have our small men's groups meet in the building. And after meeting with the church, that was approved. And that began a long and very good relationship between these 2 organizations. They're organizations that are all about helping people develop missions of service and finding ways of living authentic lives. It was that organization that, in many ways, helped me come to terms with my own sexuality, supported me as I came out, and so that when I returned as Church of the Saviour, as a proud gay man, I had the support not only of the congregation, who is now a reconciling congregation, but also of this men's organization. There have been in many ways that we've sought to be in cooperation. We want to be more than just a place where people can come in and meet, but we want the building to be used in ways that enhance people's lives. The men's groups that meet here, in fact, help provide opportunities for healing and for grace and people to live their mission. When the church then began to hear of the reason for these men's groups, the men's group began to hear of the unique history of Church of the Saviour, they found they had a lot in common. And as a result, they have gone together in joint projects. One of the current joint projects is creating a meditation trail in our woods. It was created by that same doctor who introduced himself to me in 1993. He is now a trustee of the church and works closely with helping maintain the buildings and grounds. And we merged his idea of how he could make his understanding of Jewish mysticism through the Kabbalah might connect with our desire to have a meditation trail and to use our property in ways that will draw people closer to God. So a meditation trail is being created called the Tree of Life Trail. And as we have discovered, there are many opportunities for us to share our common faith, our common mission, and our common desire. Our hope and desire is that this particular meditation trail will be a place for people to come and to meditate and discover the beauty of nature in ways that are unique. The church has also partnered with other organizations such as a veterans group for gay and lesbians. We also have other groups that have met here from time to time. We are currently in the process of creating a relationship with the Lambda Car Club, which is a LGBT classic car club, and we are creating our first classic car show here on the property. Discovering new ways that we can be of service to the community, as well as discovering new ways that we can build relationships with people around us. For in fact, that is what the church is about. It's about building relationships, and it's been my hope and dream that Church of the Savior would continue to develop those relationships with all those who come to this property and to this building.